Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Opening week in the NFL is an exciting time for everybody, including these two teams here today. It's the Browns going up against the Ravens. With that, let's call in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis, with this opening week matchup.
Larry, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. An early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, and I don't think from what we saw down on the field before the game, there's any doubt they're ready to roll.
They pass the eye test, don't they? This team looks fired up and ready to play.
Here's the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, ready to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback, a former Blue Hen out of Delaware. It's Joe Flacco.
And what a bounce back from the knee injury he suffered in the 2015 season. Not the most nimble, most mobile quarterback, but he never was. He's really a throwback to those quarterbacks who played out of...
Here's carry number 1 for Kenneth Dixon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Dixon again. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. From the gun, Flacco. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. This will be fielded at the 17. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially given 15. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And they're led out by a guy who learned from one of the great ones in his first few years in Tom Brady. This is Jimmy Garoppolo.
When you're a backup to one of the all-time great players, if you don't spend time picking that guy's brain or just watching and observing how he does things to increase your game, then you've wasted that time. I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is that type of a player. I think those lessons learned have a chance to transmit themselves very well.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
A first down carry now for Crowell. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Again, it's Crowell. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The starters now defensively for Baltimore.
Eric Weddle had a really impressive 2016 with the Baltimore Ravens. Still showed his ability to range deep in the secondary, as well as drop down in the box against the run. Rewarded with his 4th Pro Bowl after the season.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
And for that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that, but you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice, and it's paying off for them.
To Shepard, complete over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
They'll run with Crowell. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Zane Gonzalez now to try the Browns field goal. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
If they open things up, let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. Flacco from the gun. And he's got the veteran here. It's Mike Wallace. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
So 1 quarter in the books on NFL kickoff weekend. 3-0 is our score. We're back to Baltimore after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. They'll come up on a 3rd and 4 here to start things out. Flacco looks to throw. And he's got his man. That's Macklin. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, not doing it. It came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They fake the handoff. Now Flacco to pass. He's got a man wide open. It's Macklin. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They go play action here on first down. Going long here for Wallace. This is caught inside the 15. And that one results in 35 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
On first and goal, Dixon. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the gain there. Second and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Second down, Flacco now. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Delaney Walker from 4 yards out. And the Ravens are in for 6. Yeah, he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Now Tre'Davious White on the return. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
On 2nd down, here's Crowell. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Here we go.
3rd and short, they'll try option left. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. A reminder coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of our first half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy.
Here we go.
Garoppolo on first down. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short. Garoppolo hustling him back to the line now. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Throwing deep here for Coleman. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
One thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. He finds Coleman. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. On first down, Garoppolo. A little dump off for Crowell. The 20. And he is taken down deep in Baltimore territory. A gain of 39 that time.
The best passing attacks in the NFL often incorporate the guys out of the backfield catching the football. And that's what we just got on that play. As a primary receiver, not always just a check down, not always a safety valve. Sometimes they just get it to them right away because they have the matchup advantage.
One's incomplete. Duke Johnson, the one he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware, ball may come your way.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. They come out here in the eye. Defense likely bringing pressure here. 3rd and goal from the 2. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
After the field goal, here's Gonzalez to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
1st and 10 here for Flacco. Quick slant. That's caught by the veteran Macklin. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. Fresh set of downs here. Out of the gun, Flacco, and Walker with it over the middle. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. Flacco here on 2nd down. Throw right side taken in by Wallace. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Flacco hooking up with Wallace for a Raven 1st down. Throwing here on 1st down, Flacco. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Kenneth Dixon, the running back, the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This will be from 56 yards out. And this one is no good. He missed it. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. Both the Ravens and the Browns are not doing much on the ground, and it's easy to see why that would play into this low-scoring game. We'll have to see if either team gets it going on the ground in the second half. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Now 3rd and 8. Davis got the catch coming across the middle, and he won't be brought down until he makes it to the 33-yard line. Browns would go on to kick a field goal. Ravens, now they have it at the 45. The quick pass and completion is made, and he'll end up at the 10-yard line before being tackled. Ravens still on the field. Here we get a quick pass and completion, and he'd cap off the 8-play drive with a TD. The lead grows to 4. 1st and 10. Crowell's able to get open here, and he'll end up at the 5-yard line before being tackled. Unfortunately, they would have to settle for just a field goal. We move late into the second. Flacco's going to find his mark, and he ends up at their own 49-yard line. We're set up for a great second half, so let's get you out to it. Here's Brandon Guyton.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Garoppolo to throw on second down. Oh, he's got some breathing room and avoids the contact by sliding. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Second down now after the pass completion. They'll toss it to Crowell. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They'll try to run for it with Crowell. And some room to work. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Again, it's Johnson. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Here we go now.
On third down, Crowell. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it again with Crowell. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Here's a give to Crowell. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. They come out here in the eye. They'll try here with Miller. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the fourth. And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive. 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. Now it's Crowell. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for a 4th quarter lead. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal, and that does give them the lead, but this one is still a long ways from over.
And you love to be able to look up at the scoreboard and see that you're out in front. But then you take one look across the field and see that offense is raring to come back out, and you think, I don't know that field goals are going to be enough to get us home.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And he's going to be out of bounds at the 39. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st down, Flacco. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Larry Ogunjobi with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team that had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
On second down, Flacco to throw. A dump off for Dixon. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. On the draw, Flacco to Dixon. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Here's Sam Cook now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Gets it to Strong. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the gun, Flacco. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. And if the defense can hold here, this ball game is over.
And they're thinking more than just holding. They're thinking about a takeaway to finish things off.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Larry Ogunjobi in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. They'll look to throw. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. So now it may look bleak, but this one not over. They do have all 3 timeouts.
Even at this point on the field, where it looks like, you're really backed up, hold them to a field goal. That's the mantra right now. You hold them to a field goal, you still got a chance to take care of business on the other end. But you're right, the 3 timeouts are going to be key. How well they use them to preserve clock as well as stopping them, that's the key to giving them a chance to win.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a handoff to Crowell. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Crowell. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Browns on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Here we go. No, Jack Patrick.
This is Crowell. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field.
Here we go. 3-19.
On the run, it's Crowell. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in week 1. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Browns, a win's a win as they eke out the 2-point victory to take the season opener. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.